Hi, I'm Guy Mackenzie, and this is another Mullen video production. And today I've got with me, on my left, the person who does all the work behind the camera, and today he's in front of the camera, and it's Lars Mullen. Lars, good to see you.
Good to see you, Guy.
Lars, tell me, how did it all start for you?
It'll start for me, crikey. Where do we start about where did it start?
Probably your school days, I should
Let's
think.
go back there then. That wasn't very long ago, was it? I think we could go down the route where I had a very, very short haircut. Dad was a policeman, so it made me have my haircut.
Right.
And I was thrumming away on a nylon-strung Spanish guitar, which was sort of rudimentary back in those days. And I learnt the Harry Lime theme. And I can see us up on this stage in the school hall, everybody thrumming away, badly to the, all out of tune, to the Harry Lime theme. Yeah, that was good days, and a bit of a learning curve as well, I think.
And have you still got that nylon strung guitar?
Do, but there's a big but there, it's in pieces. It sort of exploded without fire and brimstone, but I had some damp in the corners of my studio at home, and I went out and bought a dehumidifier, but I got two instead of one. You're being greedy. The guy says, you really need, yeah. So, okay. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, went bang, ding, bang, there's bits flying everywhere. All the glue dried out, and it's something I really need to do, put that back together.
So, Lars, when did you first get your first electric guitar?
Electric, now that's a bit more clearer because it wasn't that long ago. It's coming back up to more time. I was a Hank fan, like everybody was, who collects guitars or has guitars from that era, although Shadows were a little bit ahead of me. But it had to be a red Strat. Obviously in the 60s nobody could afford one, so I was nose against the shop window and bought the red Hofner, of course. The Hofner Colorado, which I still have as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Colorama,
that's right.
One of those.
And so, through into the 70s, you were playing in bands, and you were gigging quite a lot in those days, weren't you? Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, it's the school band again.
Okay.
That went electric. I think I was 15 or 16 when there was a drummer in a year lower than me with a bass player.
And what was the band called?
That band then was called The Beatroots.
Right.
Now, I've got to explain. Beatrouts, because we would travel in the drummer's dad's dormobile, at least 10 miles, to the village halls all around Devon actually, which was like a circuit, and that was flat out all the time. That was really good, playing Deep Purple stuff and things like that. And then we grew our hair, changed our name to Howitzer because we're a bit more aggressive, and played some really good rock stuff, 3-piece, 4-piece.
And you actually you supported some big names in those days.
Yeah, that was around Torquay, and there's like 2 or 3 bands that became, local bands do well, just playing, sound good. And we got on the support gig at the Torquay Town Hall, and I was a service engineer at the time, and I was going to work, and the guy said, "So who are you playing with tonight?" Of course, back then we didn't know a lot of them who were coming down. I was some Irish fella called Rory Gallagher.
Oh, really? Rory Gallagher?
Yeah, let us know what he's like tomorrow. I just see him standing there in his denims and his lumberjack, and he was dripping. And I had a little go on that beaten up Strat, and I said, "Why don't you get a clean one?" He said, got it. And the roadie said, just won't get another one. Of course, here we are now, looking back on an occasion like that. And there was quite a few. There's Free, Paul Rogers, Paul Kossoff, just before they did the Isle of Wight. That was in the 70s, early 70s. Derek and the Dominoes.
Oh, really?
With Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
That was quite good. I remember walking around with a little scrap of paper behind the scenes saying, I need Eric's autograph, which I've still got somewhere. And I asked this fella, what do you want me to sign? And it was him, because he just had his haircut really short, and I didn't recognise him. And he had the flu. Remember, he had the flu. And I got a cold after that, and I could claim to fame that I caught his...
You caught his cold. And Lars, we then go into the 80s. What were you doing in the 80s? Were you still playing music?
Still a service engineer.
Right.
But rocking hard in the evening in bands and stuff. And doing some supports. Various bands. Hawkwind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the Pretty Things when they came to colleges and stuff like that. But I enjoyed the 80s because I was still hanging on to Deep Purple and stuff. in the 80s and 90s, a lot of electronic music going on, and people would say, "Oh, it's all electronic," but I mean, guitar players will know that Eddie Van Halen, when he came in with that Eruption song, it's just another milestone. How's he doing it? It's got to be another one there. But now you can go on YouTube and see a 12-year-old girl play Eruption, can't you?
You certainly can. And then Lars, moving on a bit to about the year 2000, you actually helped to form the sort of definitive Status Quo tribute act, which was Status Clone, of course. And what was your part? I can't guess actually, but I'm still going to ask you.
I played the late Rick Parfitt, bless him. I was Dick Halfwit. I did have a reputation of tripping up and falling over, and we had Rancid Tosser instead of Francis Rossi. But it was a Spinal Tap visually, because you had to entertain people. Yeah. But the music was good. It was rocking. It was rocking. I mean, everyone goes on about the 3 chords, but it's not easy to do properly. Been in covers bands now, and they say, "Oh, you used to do some Quo. Can we do Caroline?" I said, "Well, as long as you can maintain that to the end." Yeah. And it starts going, "Come on, drummer!" They're flagging. I interviewed Rick and Rhino, bass player, several times, and they said the only way to do this is to play it 100% flat out. It's not stroking the guitar. It's anyone who thinks it's easy needs to eat a plectrum sandwich. It's not easy.
And then you played some pretty big venues with Status Clone. I mean, in fact, you played all over the UK, of course, but also Europe too.
Yeah, Channel Islands, is that Europe? And Spain, Holland, places in Spain, some big raves in Spain.
Really?
Yeah, thousands of people. But it's getting to these places. We could be down in Bodmin in Cornwall. Yeah. You have to get the Felixstowe ferry at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you're driving all the way through the night, get on some ferry, do the gig, come home again. It was constant. 8-10 years ago, there was a lot of gigs, but we're suffering a bit with gigs at the moment.
But then again, just one final thing on Status Clone. You famously did a Christmas number, and the Christmas number is on YouTube. And I think there's 150,000 views on it.
My goodness, really?
Yes, rocking all over Christmas. I've got to get that right.
Yeah, Rudolph, Old Lang Syne or something, and Merry Christmas stuff. Yeah, it's good. It's just that boogie beat, isn't it? Everybody knocks Quo if they're not into it. Yeah. But you go to a party, we do some of those great big, maybe the Rolls Royce Club at Derby, hundreds and hundreds of people all in their gowns, and there's this ruffian coming on stage. But 2 or 3 numbers in, they were all doing it.
But Lars, you're not just a guitarist. You're also a journalist too, a guitar journalist. And in fact, since the late 90s, you've been working for trade magazines. You've been working for magazines you buy over the counter. But the one that's most famous to me is, of course, the private collections you do in Guitar and Bass magazine. And you've been doing that for how long?
Because we did your collection a couple of times.
We did indeed, yes.
13 years that's been running. It's got to be one of the longest running articles in any magazine. I missed a couple through illness, but I've done one a month for hundreds and hundreds of photographs, thousands, and I've seen a lot of good guitars, and yours, of course.
Well, it's nice of you to say so, but you've also seen, there was one collection, I think, where it was just pink Strats, was that correct?
That's right. If I go up the motorway, another 500-mile trip, and I'm thinking, maybe I should have done a bit of research on this, and I get there and he's got a garden full of pink Strats. Pink Strats as far as you could see, but luckily there was a story with each one, and we went out and bought some cheap sunglasses and stuck them on their headstocks so they all look like Hank Marvin. Yeah, I've seen some weird and wonderful guitars, and some one-offs as well, and some rare ones. Yeah.
And then, of course, there was that huge collection you looked at, and I think that was somewhere like Liverpool, and you were just about to leave, and you realised that there was an enormous collection of amps as well.
Yeah. I won't say his name for security reasons, but I was there all day photographing. Come 7 or 8 o'clock, we're flagging, the camera's tired, and he said, "I've got some amps, do you want to see some amps?" So we go out in the garden, and there's this shed, like a billet hut, as far as you can see, and it was stuffed full of amps. A lot of them from the 70s, and some early synth amps and stuff. I think once you get the collecting bug, You can't get out, you bloody can't.
Tell me about it. But Lars, apart from that, you've also got a PR business, and you run your PR business with the help of two young ladies, if I remember rightly.
Yes, two black girls, Bonnie and Ruby. They're 10 now. They have a walk every day, and they need their biscuits. My girls are my dogs, of course. Yes, two black Labradors, I say. But you know, come on, we need to go for a walk, Dad. But it's good just to get out from that computer sometimes and walk across the fields. And like you see writers, you know, scribbling up the paper off the typewriter, throwing it over their shoulder. You can visualise what you've done wrong during the day. So it's good therapy to get out.
And finally, Lars, you've got something big coming up in 2017. I think you're off to the States. Is that right?
We are in 2017 now, aren't
yes, we are. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I do the guitar shows. It's starting to get expensive for the freelance, but I need some companies to help me get out to these.
Just take note, everybody watching this.
But the National Association of Music Merchants, the NAMM show, California, Anaheim, that's coming up very soon. And there's the one in Nashville in summer as well. Frankfurt, there's a big one. It's good flag waving.
And there's some remarkable characters at those shows, aren't there?
Oh yeah. You'd think a trade show is a trade show, but it's bizarre. It's like a Mardi Gras. It's supposed to be just for trade people. What you think? This guy coming towards me can't an amplifier coming. He's got a parrot on each shoulder and a bowler hat, and he's just walking through. Stevie Wonder might walk through, or Ozzy Osbourne and stuff. It's good fun. It's terribly hard work for 3 days. You might think, oh, he's going to America, but there's no sleep for 3 or 4 days, plus the jet lag.
That sounds fantastic. What a great way of life. Lars, I'd just like to say thank you so much for talking to me. I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you, and hopefully we'll have some really interesting... Yeah, well, I'm hoping so anyway. But we'll have some really big, interesting names. But thank you for coming and talking to me.
Good man. I appreciate everything you're doing for the music industry. You're a good man. I'm a little bit dubious. It's a drum stall. I'm not a drummer. How do drummers sit on seats? Okay.
With great difficulty is the answer.